Welcome guys, this is the 29th of October. This is 4 a.m. in the morning and I'm recording this video to explain a process whereby I'm placing trades in the market, and I'm recording them on this Google Sheet that you see here, and then I'm tracking them to see how they progress after they receive their entry, whether they exit, whether they are stopped out, or whether they are stopped out at loss, or they're stopped out at cost, or they're stopped out at trailing loss, or if they reach their end goals. So if you see, this is a chart, this is a spreadsheet of all the trades that I've recorded from somewhere in end of August, starting the 2nd of August, last week of August, and right up to, if you see, we could take it back right up to today. So today there was one trade that I entered on the 29th of October. So this is 10th is the month, 29th is the date. This is the timestamp, 3 minutes at 3:52 is the time that I placed this trade here. So this is a Google Sheet of all the trades that I log in, and I want to take you through the system, how I follow in posting the trade, and how I how the trade is logged on into the system here. This is all automated, and then how I track it by visiting it at the end of the week and checking what's happened to my trade. Obviously I can't take all these trades, I take most of these trades, and obviously if you see, there are more than 180 trades that have been printed here in the last two and a half all months. So I can't be taking all the trades and track them. So I selectively take trades at my end, but I post all the ideas because it gives me practice. I take the idea to other people, and someone else may take one trade and the other one might take the other trade. So the idea is to just post the trade as I see it, and obviously given my the corpus that I can invest in the market, I will take not all the trades, but whatever I feel is possible for me to take at any given point of time. So the process is how I take the trade is what I want to make you explain. So let's get into the first explanation of how the trade idea is built. So I use the volume profile, if you see here on this chart, to create my trades, to curate my trades. More about how the process is, I will drop a link in the description box of one video that I have made, how I curate these trades. Now that's not a very descriptive way of explaining how the trade is created, but just a brief outline of how the trade is generated and what is the basic logic behind how the trade is being generated. Now obviously, if someone wants to learn the skill of making the trades like I have done, it is a process. It cannot be learnt in one day, and I have a structured course that is ready now, which is available for people to take from me, and you can over a period of time learn that structured way of building these trades by using the volume profile. It's a video lesson which is available at a cost, and then along with that we have some more bundles. We have a weekly interaction with everybody who buys into that course, explaining to them the process in a practical way. We build these trades like the one that I am releasing right now through the week, and we discuss them at the end of the week to understand the process, how the idea of the trade came about, and how I went about constructing the structure of the market, and how I predicted that the market will go from an X level where I will enter to a Y level where I will exit with a profit, and what will be my stop loss, which will be the kind of risk that I can take on each and every trade. So that's the subject of a different video. But here, let's get back to the agenda that we have here on this video. The agenda on this video is to make you go through the process of how I post these trades in a particular tracker, and how I track it, so that each one of you can transparently see the process and see how each trade has progressed, and then build confidence into the system that I'm placing. So basically, this is a kind of a testimonial that I'm building for myself, to be able to exhibit to people that the system that I have is working. I need to prove it to myself, which I've already done by the way, and then I need to prove it to audiences to whom then I would attract to bring them into my course, and empower them with that skill that I have and I have a system on how this entire process is now built, and I would walk them out through the system, walk them through the practical experiences over an 8-week period, and then impart that knowledge and make them ready to construct the trades like I do, and let them go on their own and make money in the markets. I obviously have plans to keep on interacting with anybody and everybody who wants to interact with me, and that's a different subject. But right now, let's get to the process as to how, after the curation of the trade, how I post it into a tracker, and how then subsequently how I track it. So if you see this trade, this is Hindustan Copper. I'm trying to create a signal, and the signal tells me that if I sell below 104, I here give it the date as to what date I placed that trade, which is today. It was tonight. It should be 29, but it was effective what happened in yesterday's trade. And my target price is 91. I expect the price to travel down, and post it travels below 104 is when I will enter, not anywhere before, because I wanted to prove that my system has worked. And once the prices travel below a particular level, and when they creep back to 104, that's a confirmation of what happened and how I constructed the trade. So it will creep below, say it will go to 103, 101, 102. It will go back to 104. Either I'll do that, or I will take a position as soon as it crosses 104, depending on that particular scenario and that particular how I see the market happening on that particular day. And I will hope to get out of that trade when it reaches 91, giving me a profit of 13 rupees on this trade, which is a good 13%. So now, once I have built this setup, what I will do is I will get into this sheet. Here what I have, this is a Google form sheet, in which once I enter these details, I will enter the date, I will enter the time, I will enter the ticker symbol. In this case it will be Hindustan Copper. What kind of a period is expected? It will be a swing trade, so it is not an intraday trade, it is not a monthly trade, it is a swing trade. Probably it will take 3, 4, 5 weeks to get to where it wants to get, between 2 to 4 weeks or 5 weeks. What is the nature of the trade? Its directional bias is long or short. In this case it will be short. What is the instrument I will choose? I will choose the cash futures, because Hindustan Copper is a futures script, and because it's short and I can take that trade in short only if it has a cash futures. I could also take it as a put buy option, or a call sell option, but I mean, these are the options. I will try to give you an idea as to how I would take it. I would give it the entry price, which would be the 104 that I gave right now. Now the stop loss is not defined by me here in most cases until I have a clear idea. And if I see that there's a very high possibility of the trade going, I will not put in the stop loss here, and I will expect it to be as per each individual plan. If you have a plan where you are willing to take a stop loss of 1:2, a risk reward of 1:1.5, or you have a risk plan of 1:1, you can take that. The suggested plan is risk reward of 1:2 most of the times, but I will not try to impose that on you, because at times when you see that there's a volatile market, and if you have more conviction in the trade, you tend to just ignore the whiplashes that happen, the volatility that creates the whiplashes, and if you want to ignore that, it keeps you in the trade and ultimately helps you reach the target. But as a matter of discipline, you need to have a stop loss, and I also will maintain a stop loss. But that's the dynamic of a risk management tool, that each and every one will have a different idea. So this is how the stop loss will be defined, and then I'll place the target as 91, and here I will add the file. So what I will do here is I have this chart already saved on my system, a snapshot, a screenshot is already saved, and then I will say I release trades for the two markets, India and the US. So I will signify that here, and I'll submit it here. Now as I submit it, what will happen is that this trade will get recorded here. This trade will get recorded here. So this is the 29th, which is today. I put this trade in the system at 3:52 a.m. So if you see, this is Hindustan Copper. It's a cash future is the instrument, and this is the entry price 104. The stop loss is as per personal plan. The target is 91, and this is the link to the chart. So you could copy it here, we could paste it here, and we could just see how the chart comes out. This is a screenshot of the chart. Now you could be a little familiar with candlestick charts. If you're familiar with the standard candlestick charts, it will resonate with you, and it will give you a clear indication of how the prices are, historical prices are recorded on the candlestick chart. Even if you're not proficient with candlestick charts, on the Google sheet it tells you the data as to where you need to enter, what is the short, where you need to enter. So the entry is at 104, if you see here, and I will just show it to you here. So this is the script. It's a short. A short is the signal. Hindustan Copper is the script. Cash futures is what I'm suggesting. 104 is the entry price. Stop losses as per personal plan. 91 is your target. This is the historical chart. So these get recorded because I have used this sheet to record all that data, and I'm adding this technical chart setup. This is a link to the Google sheet that you saw here. This is the link, and so this is how the setup, this is how it gets recorded. Now we will come to an interesting part, how I will track the progress of this this entire number of trades that I have put in the system, and I track them, and I do the tracking part every weekend because I can't be doing it on a daily basis. So I will update this chart as and when I get time. So how will I update it? Once I update it, there are two things that I will do. One is I will put in a time stamp on the day on which I updated it, and I will post a link to the updated chart. So even if the trade has not gone to its entire length, I will still update it, and give an idea as to what has happened until that date. So this is the idea. I will be updating it on a particular date, and I will be putting the progress with this link. I will show you the link once again, and then I will try to give you an entry date as to when the trade got entered into, what is the level at which entered. Need not be given, because I think this information is relevant because we see it pictorially on the chart. And the exit date, again, not required. I initially thought I will be updating it, but then it's a lot of data entry work, and I decided not to do it. And then the end result also, I thought I would put in a comment here, but ultimately I decided that the color of the entire length will give a better idea of a representation of what's happened. So I then decided to give it a color, and the green, orange and the red are the three colors that I use. Green being a successful chart, orange being a trade that got aborted at cost. So we got into the trade and then the price dropped below the entry price, but when the price we entered and the price traveled, then we bring our stop loss to cost. So if the price tends to drop back into the area where the entry happened, then we stop out on that trade. We don't carry any risk, so that reduces our drawdown, and we end up not losing a lot of trades. So that's the orange that you see. And obviously there are a few stop losses where we face abrupt losses, where we did not have the time and the trades got stopped out as soon as we entered. So if you see these reds, these are the stopped out trades. So now what I will do here today is, if you see here, I have updated the entries today on the 28th. So I will just filter out all the trades that got updated today. I can't be going through all the charts, so we will just look at charts that got updated today, and these are the charts that got updated today. Okay, so these are the charts that got updated today. So I'll just go through the entire explanation that I gave you, starting with the trade that was placed on the 3rd of October, which is 10th is the month, 3rd is the date, and this was a swing trade in Zydus Life Sciences. This was a cash futures trade. 401 was the entry price, and here was the trade idea. Okay, so here I'll copy this to show you what was the trade setup when we took it up. So it's very easy for you to track for yourself as to what was the status on the chart before the entry was done. This is my setup, and my trade setup gave me an idea, that a signal that if I buy above 440, I could go to a target of 455 based on all the analysis that I do and all the learning that I've got, and then we will go back. So this is a trade setup which is what happens before the trade is entered into. So if you see, this is on the 3rd of October. Now we will go here, and I have tracked this chart today, which is the 28th of September, and this is the status of what happened today. So I'll copy this to show it to you. So we'll go back here and we will paste it here, and this is the progress on that chart. So we entered when the date was about the 3rd of October, probably it was somewhere here, and the prices did travel down, and then they came back and they crossed somewhere 3rd of October. Okay, so it is somewhere here only, it is not far away, it is somewhere here only. This day it crossed on the 3rd of October, and if you see, it has been going a little sideways, and in the last 2 days again it has started to jump. And this is the chart for today, 28th of October. This is today's candle, and we are at 430. So it has traveled from 400 to 430, and the expected target is 455. So this is the progress for this stock as on the 28th of October. I hope you have got an idea as to what I am trying to convey here. Now we'll go to one more trade. Now this is a successful trade. Let's go to this trade, which is again for the Indian market. This is BDL, which is Bharat Dynamics Limited. This trade was placed on the 4th of October, and the trade idea was that I will enter when it is 922. The stop loss will be as per personal plan again, and my target was 978. And if you see here, this was the initial setup. I will just show you the initial setup here. You can do the same thing on your PC after you have a look at this file. This Google Sheet is open for access to everyone who has a Google account. You can sign into your Google account, and this is open for viewing. This is not open for editing. This is open for viewing for anyone who wants to view it. So this was the trade setup on the 4th of October when the price was 905, and I expected that once the price goes above 922, we will tag 978. This is based on all the analysis that I did, and if you see, this is an update that we got. So this was an update that we took today, and I will again copy this and show you what happened to the stock. And if you see 922, we were somewhere here on the 3rd of October. So we were somewhere here, I think we were here. Then the prices traveled down, and then finally the prices touched this level of demand, and it went up, and we started to hit the entry point once again. And in the next 5 days we hit the target. So if you see, around the 25th of October, in a matter of 4 days after crossing this level, we hit the target. So this is how it gets recorded on the system here. So this is the proof of how the chart proceeded. This is the date on which I recorded it. This is the date on which the target got hit, and the rest of the information is irrelevant because I'm using a color code to do this. And here again, this trade is in progress. So if you say JK Tire, this is a trade in progress. If you want to have a look at it, this was the trade setup. Copy, paste, go. This is the trade setup when the trade was curated. If you see here, this is a daily chart. 174 is the expected entry, and 197 is the expected target. If we go back, what is the progress on this chart today? Updated on the 28th. Copy, and I'll put in the progress here. Paste, and if you see, we have been just around that level and we have not traveled. So this trade has not met its exit. That is the reason it has no color code, and it is in progress on the 28th of August, and there is no result. Now next time, I say if I see it on the 3rd of November, on the 4th of November, which will be the end of the next week, I will just go to that chart, copy a link, and copy paste that link here, and I'll update the date on which I copy pasted, so that we keep on getting to know what is the progress on that stock. So if you see, in this week, this is the 30th of September that we are talking about, 28th of October that we are talking about. In this week itself, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trades that have hit my target, and there have been 4 trades that have gone on, proceeded in the direction that I thought it would go, but they have retraced back into their cost levels, and we have closed them as I had trailed my cost to the entry point, and we have had a stop stop loss. Or in this case, if you see, in this case, in the Bank Nifty chart, I will just give you a look. Copy and we will paste it. The other reason why I will go into the other way around is, here if I have posted a trade where I am trying to say that it will go from 39,300 to 38,500, and it goes totally the other way around, because before meeting my entry, then it would be a trade which then would get invalidated, because it didn't get entry and it went in the other direction. So that is a trade which will get invalidated, and that's how the orange will come. So these are the trades. This is the system of how I am logging my trades and how I am tracking them, and I'm trying to build transparency into the system. When I log, it's on online. When I post them, it's absolutely available in real time for anybody to check. And how the trades progress is something that tracks it for me myself, as well as for anybody who is wanting to follow the trades that I set up. So the basic idea is to demonstrate the strength of my analysis and the system that I follow, and the method that I am wanting to take to people and wanting them to learn from me and implement it for their own interaction with the market. So the idea is to be transparent, very transparent. There are not many people on YouTube or anywhere else in the system who will be as transparent as this and give you all the specifics of how they trade and all the trades that they take, and have as clear as this track situation where you can track all the trades and see how they're going. You could probably count them on your fingers as to how many people are doing it. I have been on YouTube for some time, and I've been trying to look up, and I have not found many people who are being so transparent about their internal trades that they take. I know that a system, when I make a system, there needs to be a track for myself to assess how I'm doing, and then to demonstrate to myself how well the system is doing, plus to demonstrate it openly to anybody who wants to follow it. It's an internal check at my end, because if I expose myself with the system to everybody and anybody who is tracking for me, I'm very sure of the trades that I take, and I'm not just going away and putting in a trade, even if I'm not putting my money to it, because it's my credibility at stake. And there could be people who could be taking trades on these signals, and I would not want anybody to suffer a loss based on me. Obviously, I'm not guaranteeing results. There's nobody who can guarantee 100% results, but I feel that I am giving about 65 to 70% success rate, and which is a huge thing, because if you see all my trades, we are going with a risk reward of 1:2 and more. So if you take 10 trades, and if you lose 5, even 50%, you will lose 5 rupees. If say 100 rupee entry, 10 rupee stop loss, and a 20 rupee target. So on 10 trades, even if you lose 5, you lose 5 into 10, which is 50. But if you make 5 trades, it will be 5 into 20, which is 100, which will give you a good amount of money over and above the losses that you take. So at 50% success rate, I would be making money. Imagine what I would do at a 70% success rate. Just do your math, and you will realize that at 70% success rate, we could be just giving a huge amount of leg up to our portfolio. So guys, this is what I wanted to demonstrate in this video. I hope you were convinced with the system that I have in place. I want to be transparent, and I have built this system. It's open to ideas, it's open to improvements. So if you feel that the system is good, please comment and give me some incentive to keep it going, and encourage me to keep it going. And if you find that it can be improved, because I see it my way, and you have a different perception on what you would want to see besides what I am seeing here, and please comment and share what you think can be added to the system to make it more relevant to you, because the idea is for you to get convinced. Besides getting my own conviction on what I am doing, I want you to find conviction in what I am doing and follow me, because at the end of the day, the effort that I take to do it for myself, and if the same effort is useful to somebody else, that's the best case scenario that I would want to do. I'm looking out to help people, create a difference in people's lives, and I want to touch other people and be useful to other people. That's all that we should be doing as fellow human beings. Obviously, there will be a small amount of cost that I would want to be getting out of all the activity that I do, all the effort that I take. That's part and parcel of all our lives, but it's not going to be a huge amount. So what I'm announcing here is I have a Telegram channel. Now there are two channels. One is open channel, which is available for anybody to come and join, and there is a premium channel that I'm building. The open channel is for posting my intraday index levels. I place on the Bank Nifty and the Nifty futures charts. I place 2 resistances and 2 supports, and these are the levels within which I expect the Nifty to range, bottom out and range within the day. And most of the times Nifty does bounce from the first level of support and goes up and trades, and many a times it reaches the first level of resistance and bounces down from there. So these levels can be used as entry points to take trades in the index levels on an intraday basis. And then I have a premium channel where I post all these trades. Now the idea of having a premium channel and a regular channel is, on the regular channel I'm trying to showcase what I do, and on the premium channel I will place all these trades. I have kept the entire access to both these channels. The regular channel will be free and will be available for everyone and anyone to see, even after the time that I start having this premium channel become exclusive access. The premium channel will go exclusive on a subscription basis post 1st January 2023. So we have this 2-month period in which I'm placing these trades and I'm trying to build conviction into people's minds that the kind of work that I do can be useful to them. And then yes, obviously all the trades that I'm placing right now, they're being done in the premium channel, and they will be restricted by access to a subscription cost that I will be asking you to pay. Now the subscription cost is not going to be huge. It's going to be very, very affordable. Enough. One trade would be enough to give you the entire year's subscription, is the promise that I am building in your minds. So with the intent of following these setups, please follow the links that I will post in the description. Join these links and be a part of all that I'm doing. And I need encouragement, because the more we refine the system, the more I can build these setups, and all of us can prosper by the ideas that are placed there. Obviously the discretion is yours. You need to consult your financial advisor whether you should indulge yourself in these trades. You should take notice of all your risk abilities, and I would not want you to trade if you are not interested to. But I mean, there are n number of people who are trading the markets and who could use this exercise that I do for myself, and it could be used for you too, and we could both benefit from it in the long term. So that's the idea of this video. I hope you liked it. I would love if you would like the effort that I have done by giving me a like on this video. It helps the algorithm on the YouTube, helps this like to make this video available to more number of people. And yes, you can comment to give me an idea as to how you like it, and who are the other people who you feel are tracking their trades in the way that I am doing, and give me ideas as to what I can improve on and how I can improve on my system here. This is an initial thought process that I have brought, and I thought this should be good enough, but yes, it could be lacking a few things with the perspective of somebody who's viewing it and seeing it. So I would love to have your perspective on this, and how you could give me ideas as to how you can improve it, and then we can get along and improve the system. So I hope this communication has been useful, and I invite you to track the trades that I put. So I will post the links on the Telegram channel of both these channels, and I keep posting YouTubes for all the information that I want to share with you. So if you want to come back and keep yourself engaged with this channel, you can just subscribe to it, and every time a new video is released, you will be notified. So thanks guys, thanks for spending this time with me. I hope this was an interesting introduction of what I do, and hopefully we should be sticking to each other and being useful to each other going forward. Thank you. Thanks for giving your attention.